Here with junior middle blocker DeLaina Sarden and freshman defensive specialist Shelby Foyer. Ladies, as a team tonight, we had 10 aces. That's the most we've had in a match this season. Shelby, you had 3. DeLaina, you had 2. What did you guys notice in the serve-receive game where you were able to pick up that many aces?
Definitely one thing we try to do is control the serve-pass game. And I know for me personally this week, I've definitely been working on getting more confidence in my serve. So it's great to see that work that I put in the gym execute on the floor.
I agree with DeLaina. We're really working on winning the serve pass game and executing on that so that we can get the other team a little bit more shaken and not have as many first ball kills.
Now, you guys had 2, relatively really great sets. Really, the best set you've had this season, winning 25-7 in the opener and then 25-10 in the second. Memphis showed a lot of heart, bounced back in that third set and won that. What do you think happened in that third set? Was it just kind of maybe let off the gas a little bit?
I think in that set, not to say that we were a little too cocky, but maybe we were a little too relaxed, so we kind of let up. But one thing that we talked about in the locker room was just a sign of growth. Typically, in the beginning of the season, coming back out after being up 2-0 would have been a set that we would have dropped and not been able to come back from. So to make that progress, to show that we can come back is a great thing.
Yeah, we definitely we did relax a little bit and got too comfortable and kind of got on our heels. But we took that momentum and we took that loss and made it fire, and we won the next one. So.
Now, you guys have won 12 straight matches at home. You guys seem to just really love playing here. First home loss was the first match of the season, actually. Just talk about playing in front of the home fans and how that you're able to feed off that energy and pick up wins.
As I always say, my favorite thing is playing in front of the home crowd. There's nothing like being in your city and being in your environment. So it's great to have the support from the community come out each night.
It's comforting, and it just gives you that extra boost of energy to just keep pushing and do it for the home crowd.
One thing I noticed that you guys do is now you guys are leading the charge on singing the fight song at the end of the matches and getting the gauntlet out and getting the band out there. Is that something you guys decided to do this week?
Definitely. People love to be appreciated. So after games, whether we win or lose, we're always going to show the fans that we love them and we want them to keep coming back out.
Well, ladies, congratulations on a big win and a good weekend of play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think we're going to look at this weekend overall as a really successful weekend for us, especially considering where we were coming from this past weekend where maybe our confidence was shaken and we lost a little bit of that mojo that we had built up through the first part of the season. And, I thought we came in this weekend, we took care of business against 2 really good teams. I'll tell you, Memphis came in, I'm sure they thought they were going to play a lot better than they played those first 2 sets. I mean, that's a team that we've watched on tape many times going, I'm not sure how we're going to be able to stop everybody. And they really gave us a legitimate nightmare all week long in preparation for them, especially knowing we had to prepare for Temple as well, who was 5-1. And I'm sure April, their coach, will be the first to tell you that those first 2 sets do not represent that team or how good that team is. I just think it's just one of those phenomenon that happens on a Sunday, second match of a road trip, and if one team is really up and the other team is just not clicking, those kinds of things can happen. The team that we expected on the floor was the team that came in the third and the fourth sets, and that was a team with a lot of heart, great defensive plays. They really made us work hard, especially in that third set, and it forced us into some errors. Their defense and their blocking frustrated us, and then we tried to do some things that were a little bit out of characteristic for us and caused some errors. And you just can't make that many errors against a team of that quality and expect to win a set. And we almost did. But to be honest with you, we didn't deserve to win that third set. So coming out the fourth set, I thought there was just still a little bit of that skittishness amongst us for about the first 10, 15 points. But then I felt we dialed right in, reestablished our middles, took some great swings on the outside, and got them guessing again in offense. And the stats show we had 16 kills, only 3 errors. Hit 350 or 360, no, actually 394. So, that's more like it for us. I think we got back to our brand of volleyball, handled the ball well, and just took care of a lot of off-ball plays. But I give Memphis a lot of credit because some teams will just roll over after 2 and say, you know what, it's not our day, we're going home. And they didn't. They just fought back with a ton of heart, and that's a good lesson for us and everybody else around the league.
Now, you've stressed this whole week in practice was getting back to fundamentals, getting back to basics, and one area where that really shined through was in the serve game. 10 aces this afternoon, the most in any match we've had this season. Several different players recorded multiple aces. Just talk about what was working in that and maybe what you were able to exploit in that situation.
All we did there is we just spent in the... People always want great secrets. What did you do? You know what we did? We just went and we just worked on hand contact on the ball. We worked on pace on the ball. We worked on location of the toss. We worked on varying the speeds. We worked on the most boring stuff that you could ever think of. And But, that's what we really needed to do, is we just needed to break it down to the most elemental forms and just try to build it back up. So that's what we did both with the serve and the serve receive. And I thought tonight's serve receive was okay. It wasn't great. Again, we're still struggling in some things. But, against Temple, I thought serve receive was pretty outstanding. So we still got a lot to do. We're still growing as a team. We still got a long ways to go. We've got 9 more conference matches to keep improving. And my expectation, the expectation of the coaching staff, is we're going to get better each and every match all the way to the last weekend. So we still got some work to do. We still got a flicker of hope that maybe there's an NCAA tournament out there for us. We need a little help, and we have to take care of business on our own. Maybe we can get our RPI up high enough that we get an at-large. But that's what we're playing for. And so kind of put a bow on this first part of the non-conference and the first part of the conference season. Now we make the turn here with 9 more matches to go and see how good we can get.
Coach, talk about DeLaina Sarden's performance. 15 kills, another extremely high hit percentage match. She's kind of been that rock all season long. Just talk about how she did tonight and how she's done this whole season.
Yeah, what we did is now we're trying to find selective areas to set DeLaina instead of setting her all the time. Teams are starting to key in on that, so now we're trying to formulate the right time to get her the ball, the right locations to get her the ball, and then we just let her go be an athlete. And you saw a little more workload from the outsides than what you normally see us, because Memphis was bound in the tournament. The middles weren't going to beat them. And so fortunately our outsides were able to step up and get some timely kills, even though they didn't hit for great percentages. They got some timely kills, and that really allowed our middles to go back out there and score and take control of the match for us.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a very successful weekend. Picked up a pair of big home victories, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good. Ciao, John.